Hello my friends, it's Chris here from the School of Embodiment, and today I want to make a video about loneliness and how loneliness can be a gift on the spiritual path. So right now in my life, I'm nearly 35 years old and I have people all around me. I've suddenly got a lot of people around me because we have this centre here in Stroud, and I'm meeting people most days and have lots of friends, and yeah, I wouldn't say I'm the most sociable person in the world. I'm pretty hermit-like, but I'm certainly not short of people being around me. However, when I was in my 20s, when I was deeply in this mode of seeking, I was very much alone. And from the age of 20 to probably around 23, 24, maybe 23, I felt very lonely. I would spend most of my days on my own. And that's because life threw me into a state of intense psychological suffering. I couldn't drink anymore. All my friends used to drink. I couldn't smoke weed anymore. All my other friends used to smoke weed. And I found myself deeply, deeply committed to this path of healing and awakening in a really, really intense way. And so I'd spend all day on my own. I'd walk through parks, I'd sit in my room meditating, I'd work when I needed to work, but I spent a lot of time just in solitude. At times I felt a loneliness, but I was absorbed by this just extreme desire to find freedom from my suffering. This extreme desire to awaken or get enlightened or something like that. And so what I can see now, looking back, is that the loneliness and the aloneness that I experienced was actually, in a way, a gift from God, from life, whatever you want to call it. Because that loneliness, it had me find an intimacy within my own being. As time passed and I progressed on the path, I started to feel a deep inner warmth and intimacy without there needing to be anyone else around me. I started to deeply long for and appreciate just being completely on my own. Because when I was completely on my own, this internal intimacy would really open up. And I would sit there, maybe with my dog next to me, so I wasn't completely alone. But I would sit there and I would just have incredibly enjoyable evenings, just sensing into this inner warmth and intimacy. And when I say I'd have incredibly enjoyable evenings, sometimes there would be a lot of enjoyment, but sometimes there'd be a lot of immense struggle and suffering. Actually, a lot of the time there'd be an immense struggle. But even within that struggle, I was always connecting to my body. And in connecting to my body and connecting to my being, even when struggle was happening, the sense of loneliness wasn't there, because there was a deep intimacy for me in simply fully being in my experience exactly as it was. In filling my belly with presence. In filling my heart with presence. The desire for, or the longing, or the feeling that something was missing in human connection wouldn't be there. There was an absolute wholeness to my experience, even if suffering and struggle was present. So if you are somebody who is feeling very alone and lonely, then know that this isn't a punishment for you, or it's not necessarily a bad thing that you're not surrounded by people. It may be God's invitation for you to discover this deep intimacy within your own being, this deep intimacy within yourself. So one way in which you can discover this is through deeply connecting to your body. Because if you were to fully taste a single emotion, to really come into and inhabit a single emotion, then you naturally come into a state of inner connection, intimacy, and warmth. Now, the reason we feel alone or a loneliness is not because of because people and connections are missing. It's because there's a split inside of us. Because our attention has dissociated into thinking and dreaming in the mind. And that dissociation, that split, that giving ourselves to our thinking has cut us off from our body. And because there's this split inside, there's this hole inside of us. And within this hole, we can feel lonely. But when you come out of the mind and connect with the feeling, and I've made lots of videos on how to do this, and you really come into a feeling and taste a feeling without you having to try and heal the split within becomes healed. And you feel this whole sense of wholeness, this sense of home. Or at least gradually over the time, when you practice meeting the feelings like this, over the months and over the years, this wholeness, this sense of wholeness starts to come online within your experience. Another thing you can do is, if you're feeling alone, lonely, is ask yourself the question, what is it which knows this lonely one? What is it that knows me, this one that feels lonely right now? What is it that's aware of this one? And place your attention on that. You don't have to get rid of the loneliness. It's okay for that feeling of loneliness to be here. But instead of giving it so much of your attention, place your attention on that which knows it. That which is aware of it. Because that which knows your feeling, that which knows your body and your mind, is also that which is knowing the room that you're in. That which knows your body and mind is the same presence which knows and is touching and is completely intimate with every object within your room. So in coming to recognize the awareness which knows you, your body and your mind, you are naturally put in touch with a sense of connectedness with the world around you. I was in India, probably in 2018 or something, and I was with a spiritual teacher called Niru, this German 80, she must be nearly 90 now. She was wild, really, really scary but cool experience to spend time with her. And someone said something like they were lonely, and she just burst out laughing because she said, "How can you be lonely? How can you be lonely when this is here?" Because if we're knowing ourselves and we're identified as this body and this mind, then we feel cut off from the rest of the world, and there's a coldness within the world. But when we inquire into our being through whatever means, maybe asking ourselves the question, okay, what is it that knows or is aware of the lonely one? Then we're put in touch with this awareness. We come to know this awareness. And we feel ourselves as this awareness which is stretching beyond the body. And that awareness is the same awareness which is within the objects within your room. And so there is a complete intimacy with everything around you. And then, there may still be a feeling of loneliness within the body, a subtle, slight feeling of missing human connection. But it becomes much less important or relevant when you're feeling a deep, sweet appreciation and intimacy with the world around you. My teacher, Craig Holliday, who I found in a time of real darkness and fear, he has an incredible gift of turning every struggle into a gift from God, showing you that everything that you think is negative and that everything that you may feel victimized by actually has the potential to open you to a positive quality of your own consciousness. Now, loneliness has the potential to drive you into a deep sense of intimacy which is not dependent upon your circumstances. A deep inner sense of goodness and wellness. The same intimacy which you may taste every night when your head hits your pillow and the day starts to fall away and the thoughts start to fall away. And in that moment of dropping to sleep at night, you come out of the mind and you drop into your heart and you drop into your being and you feel warmly intimate with yourself. And then you fall asleep at night. And then first thing in the morning you wake up, and before the mind has come back online, there's this deep sense of inner warmth and intimacy. And for one who's really suffering in life, quite quickly the suffering mind comes back in, and the sense of separation comes back in, and this sense of coldness comes back in. And we're like, no, I just want to go back to sleep. And you may be trying to go back to sleep to get back to that place of intimacy. I know that well. Waking up in the morning and not wanting to be awake, not wanting to get out of bed, just wanting to go back to that place of beingness which you're in when you're in sleep. Well, we don't have to fall asleep to be connected to that intimacy, that rest, that beingness, that sense of home. We can find it when we're awake. Through meditation, through inquiry. Okay, peace be with you, my friends. Thank you for listening.